What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rip City Rundown. And today we're going to be previewing the 1 versus 5 matchup in the Sweet 16. First game that's going to be taking place on Friday. This is between Alabama and San Diego State, a matchup between two really talented teams and two teams that I think have Final Four potential. Alabama obviously has national title potential. They're the number 1 overall seed in the entire tournament. San Diego State has a 5 seed. They're a very sneaky good team, and they're going to prove that against Alabama. This game, Alabama is a minus 7.5 point favorite. Over-under is 136.5, and this game is being taken place in Louisville at the KFC Yum Center, so San Diego State is going to have to travel. Assuming they go back to campus for a day or two, they're going to be traveling back across the country to Louisville, whereas Alabama just has a short little flight from Tuscaloosa. Let's talk about Alabama because they haven't been tested yet in this tournament. They've obviously been tested plenty of times throughout the year, have played a very good schedule, and have earned that number 1 overall seed. But they took down Texas A&M Corpus Christi in Game 1, and that was a game that Brandon Miller didn't even score a single point, which was kind of wild. He only had to play 19 minutes, but obviously they controlled that game. They were up 20 at half, ended up winning by 21. Kennerly had 13, only recorded 1 assist, but they had about 15 different players play that game. So obviously they didn't pull a Purdue against Fairleigh Dickinson. They handled their business. And then they played Maryland in a game they also handled their business, but this time they did all their wrecking in the second half. Outscored the Terps 45-28 in the second half. Javon Kennerly, 22 points. He came to play in this one. He tacked on 2 assists and 2 steals as well. And then Brandon Miller, 3 steals for Javon Kennerly. And Brandon Miller finally got going a little bit. Didn't shoot the ball well, 5 of 17, but had 19 points, grabbed 7 boards. But obviously this Alabama team is really good and deserve to be the favorite. I don't want to say they haven't played a defense like San Diego State because they have, but San Diego State is the best defense they've played in this tournament and by far, obviously, the best team they've played. Let's talk about how they got here. They took down Charleston in the first round and then Furman in the second round. So you could argue they haven't played a good team in the tournament yet. But I think those are two really good and two of the better mid-major teams in this tournament. They struggled a bit with Charleston, only ended up winning by 6, courtesy of outscoring them by 3 in both halves. But as you can see by the final score, both games 63-57 in one game and then 75-52 in the other game. So holding both teams to under 58 points. That's a plus. They controlled the game against Furman the whole time. They were up 14 at half, ended up winning the game by 23. A really good showing from San Diego State, who I think sometimes, I don't want to say they don't show up in March, but I think they've had teams like this for a long time, and they've yet to go on that run. Hopefully, this is the year they finally can go on that run. But they're going to go up against a team in Alabama that's arguably, this is the best team they've faced this year, in my opinion. I'll go back and look at their schedule and confirm that, but I think it is, especially the best offense. They're averaging 82 points per game. Obviously, possibly one of the best players they've played all year. I mean, you look at the San Diego State schedule. They've played Ohio State. They played Arizona. They played Arkansas. So they've played some talented teams this year and talented players, but nothing's going to match what Alabama can do. They can beat you with Brandon Miller, and they obviously, I know it's a 16 seed, but Brandon Miller had 0 points in that first game, and they still won handily. So I think this is going to be an uphill battle for San Diego State. I think they can absolutely win. I know I say that all the time. Obviously, you can absolutely win, but will you? No, I think Alabama wins this game. I think they win it in the 5-10 range, so that spread is a little dicey. I'm not sure what side I would take, but if you're doing a second chance bracket, by all means, you should pick Alabama. I think they win this one. I think Brandon Miller is an NBA caliber player. He should go top 5, and this defense, while it'll phase him, if he does what he can do, he should do a pretty good job against it. So give me Alabama in this one.